All right, and we are back. So, wanted to get some Champions League recorded for you guys because it's fun for me and it's just been a while since I've posted anything up on here. I am going to be getting a Capture Festival advice video up for the new Astromon coming out, so look forward to that. But without further ado, let's get into some Champions League. I highly recommend you guys get in here and do this as well because this is nothing but free gems, whether or not you have a full defense team or attack team that's built or anything like that. Do not worry about that. This is, again, free gems at the end of the week that the Champions League is done. So going through here, again, I'm not going to talk about my defense party because it's more of a joke. It's just Astromon to fill it out so we can do this. And I highly recommend you just do that so you can be in here as well. But let's go through here and I will talk about my team, not too much. But let's see. Let's just start with the Miho squad here. If you're new to the Champions League or don't know how it works, you just have to win 2 out of the 3 rounds. And one of the unique things about this is if somebody has a defense party that's just let's say in round 2 is just too hard, or it has just all their eggs in one basket, you can swap around and just skip it, and you could win, let's say, round 1 and round 3 instead of worrying about that round 2. But overall, this is kind of my setup and how I go about stuff and about evaluating it. Been playing the game for so long. And doing PvP, you'll notice what meta Astromon are and things of that nature. But generally speaking, what you're going to be looking for your team, and I highly recommend that you build Astromon that have something called the SP. I think it's just the siphon itself. It's not like the gems. It might be, though. Let me find. I mean, she's already in my team, and you guys already see her in the first slot. But Dark Yuki is a good Astromon to build because of, I guess it is SP Siphon. These Astromon are good because the hidden Astromon is always going to come out with their SP bar at full. So having somebody to sap that is always a plus, and Dark Yuki is one of them to have. She usually comes around during her, what is it, the Super Evolution Fest. You can buy her, or you can try and get lucky getting her out of scam eggs or the guaranteed 4-star eggs that are out there. But having her on your team eventually is good. Her sap with her SP up is pretty good. But the next one I will show you here, and they're all in the right-hand column. So you can see in round 2 with my Dark Persephone in the lead, I have Light Druidess. Again, same thought process here is she's in here 100% because of SP Siphon on her first skill right there. It doesn't really matter per se who you use, as long as you've got somebody to sap that off. And as you can see in my last slot there, I have my Fire Mona. I have not super evolved her yet, but she's same thing, SP Siphon, and she does have attack down. So she does have some utility. I'm not going to go into every Astromon's gems on here, but I will just cover quickly before we jump in and start, getting through these easy early fights. But as you can see in my round 1 and 2, I've got my Valkyrie, my Persephone for my hard hitters. I usually follow that up with another hard hitter. So first round, I've got my Dark Fenrir. Fenrir is just going to hit harder. And then I have a meta Astromon in there. So Fire Victoria is in there specifically for taunt, if I can even get it off. But she's in there for that reason. And then again, Dark Yuki to take the SP off of whatever shows up. Moving into round 2, Persephone's in there to hit hard. My Light Yuki is in there for crowd control and damage. Followed then by a unique one, but it's very good. And when this Astromon comes back for a Capture Festival, I highly recommend that you get her. And this is Wood Cherry. Wood Cherry is on par with almost, she is on par in my opinion with Light Hana. She's a mix of a Light Hana and a Water Persephone. And this is because Adrenaline heals your team, and then that shield is to her own HP. It's just God tier. So Wood Cherry is definitely a Astromon to eventually get for yourself. And once again, a Light Druidess on the team does the same thing I just said. Is she's there for SP Siphon. My round three is my what I like to call my oh shit button. If I make it to round three, this is the team that has to win. And down there, I lead with my light Hanahime just to have the heal and the shield up immediately, followed by my dark Mona to deal the damage. I have dark Shelly in there for the damage as well. And then, as we just talked about, fire Mona. So, with all of that talking out of the way, let us get into getting this first fight done. Now, looking at this team on the right, this is obviously a pretty easy one to get through on the first fight. Not too difficult. And again, I'm not looking in here for, super hard fights. It's more or less just trying to get through, because the higher you go, the more gems you get. And right now I'm trying to save up my gems for the next Persephone festival that comes around, because I would like another, or I would like a light Persephone to finish out all of the Persephones I have. So you start off with Valkyrie here with her SP. We see what comes out. Once again, this is where Dark Yuki comes into play. You get to take the special from whatever comes out, and then we have the run-of-the-mill here. So I'm just going to let Victoria take that one out. Fenrir should kill that, and we are done. So round one is pretty easy. See what round two was again, right? The water team. Persephone's just going to annihilate this. And everyone else should be done. And like I said, there you go. Rounds 1 and 2 are done, and so you do not have to fight round 3. Now, I don't normally do next battle stuff, just because you could run into a wall, and again, I'm trying to win most of these battles. We get 10 tickets, and you can, again, refill them like you can normally, but for generally speaking, for me, I'll record 10 of these, but keep playing as they refresh throughout the day. Again, this is a very good way to get gems, especially if you're saving up for certain Primo festivals that come around, or trinkets at this point for your 5 stars that you would like to Ultimate Evolve. And let's just do that. The defense down is key for some of these tankier Astromon. Again, defense down will basically be shredded when you attack with one of your attackers. Oh, right, they were already had a guy missing on that second one, weren't there? Plus, the other thing this does do as well, I forgot to mention, is your league medals. So you get league medals out of here, and which is important to getting your Gleam every week. So if you're a newer player or a mid-game player, and even veterans should be playing PvP to get at least 150 medals per week to be keeping up on their Gleams for the month, so that you can, evolve something when the time comes. Valkyrie here. And this one's a little bit tankier. Everyone lived, but again, that's another thing with Valkyrie, is it's guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty much defense down for it here. Now I'm gonna probably try and taunt this Wood Jean. Yep, we got it. And the reason why is she could probably kill Valkyrie if she really wanted to. Now I could kill her with my Fenrir, but I don't need to. Instead, I'm gonna let's go after Dark Anubis here. And well, let's just do more damage on the Jean. Well, hit Victoria for all you want there. I'll take it. And again, these fights early on kind of seem like they'd be a little bit easy. Obviously, where my account is at, they're like, oh, this is pretty easy. Well, you got to also remember that these are a lot of newer players. And also players that don't have their Astromon gemmed properly. You'll hear me say that a lot of times when I do PvP in any of my videos. Is I'm like, is that gemmed properly? And I go to hit it and I just shred it. Sometimes everyone doesn't have everything gemmed all the way up. So like this one's a pretty interesting team. That third team has Sea Star, some tankiness on it, some tanks there in the middle row. But this one should be another easy knockout. We'll actually see what Astromon is hidden here right off the bat in the first one. It looks like, was that Light Valrona? Yep. It's not evolved all the way, but let's try and take out you. The other good thing about, reason why Fire Victoria is great is because of her shield. She gets the reduction in damage on top of the taunt is just ridiculous. And let's see how tanky this middle row is. Not very. So that's another example of kind of missing out on some gems. And here's where Cherry is really great, because even at this, that shield is God tier. And keep on knocking them out here at the beginning. What do we got here? Another missing. A lot of people are missing. And it's what's funny is like Wood Valkyrie and Light Victoria, even though Light Victoria is my favorite, it's amazes me how many people have like the, what is that? That's Merlin, I believe. The Dark Merlin that you see. Another, I would say, meta PvPer at the higher levels you see. I forget what Dark Merlin's abilities are right now off the top of my head, but good old Light Pumpkin Boo. I remember streaming that one as a capture festival back in the day. That one was fun. I think that was 2018 that came out. Let's just do that. Yeah, there's the shock. Once again, that's why I always run like two types of attackers, is because one goes down or gets stunned, the other one can kind of pick up the slack and hopefully do enough damage to let the CC go off. Remember, and I've said this a long time, CC is king. If you have a good crowd control team, you can take down even the hardiest teams on there. What we got here? It looks scary at first, but I think we got this one in the bag. Seeing a lot of Banshees. Don't normally see that when I come in here. Defense down, didn't go on. I almost want to get rid of you and see what comes out. Ooh, Dark Sandwraith. That used to be, I mean, I guess it still is, but that one, when that Astromon came out, that was a very, very scary PvP Astromon. It hit like a truck. But he's kind of a glass cannon. You didn't want him to hit anything you had, but you could always kill him very easily, as you kind of saw there. Has no defenses to speak of whatsoever. Just a Wiggler. Alright, let's just send Yuki after it. Alright. What do we got here? Let's see what we have in here. Now that's a team. Interesting. Victoria's up top with a Fire Miho. Fire Miho is not scary, but she does have attack down. Wood Victoria has a stun. I think Dark Victoria had a stun too. I just don't remember at this time. Yeah, she didn't even touch Victoria, the wood one. That's an interesting call here. Let's try and kill Dark. What do we get? Light Banshee is... I do not want... Yes, we got our taunt. Light Banshee could kill Fenrir pretty easily. So now we Fenrir and Valkyrie. There we go. Clean that up. Again, the defense down off of Valkyrie. If you can build your light or your water Valkyrie, definitely is worthwhile. Okay, I thought that middle was going to be harder than it looked. It went down pretty easily. I think that is another case of things not being gemmed. That Griffin should have been able to take a little bit more of a hit from my Valkyrie than, or from my Persephone than it did. And what do we got left here? Defense down. And that's cool. At least using some Astromon that you see out in the actual in the game. Don't see that very often with this. Oh, almost. Almost like Cottony. That's probably one of the first times I've ever seen something like that, so. Even with their missing, it's not that bad. And again, this is just what you have to do to get through these first initial ones. Usually with these Champions League, it's not this, 100% not this easy all the time. I've ran into teams that even put my account to shame. You've got defense down. You'll probably go out. You might actually die to this. Yeah. Let's just cut you down and let's hit Leo for fun. We'll just throw that. I got nothing to say to that one. Dark Persephone doing Dark Persephone things. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it. I want to see what that middle, how tanky that middle row is against Persephone. She'll definitely hear me say that. I'll go into it and expect Dark Persephone to melt stuff, and I hit a wall, and it just doesn't, it tickles them. Kind of like that. Let's taunt Jane, please. Thank you. Let's go after Arthur. Now, I'm purposefully not going to take out Arthur here because I want my full team up and ready. I'll let whatever damage and stuns are going to happen here. I'll Valkyrie on this one. Take down the team at least. Stun is still up. It's a wood Yuki, so hopefully we get taunt. And resisted. And we go. That was a good first one. Now we see if they have gems. Answer is no. Or they do and they're just not good. Well, and there it goes. So 10 out of 10 for the first part. Again, you could refill this up. It's just like anything else. Just refill it and keep going. Your rewards as you keep going up. Generally speaking, I don't really go into like the challengers or anything. Again, I'm not a big PvPer for Monster Super League. It gets tiring fighting the same stuff over and over and over again. But going up to like tier 3 and getting 600 gems at the end of the week is still not a bad thing. But there we go, 10 tickets done for the new Champions League for the week. So appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.